Click the links for Odysee and BitChute. I wonder at what point people are just going to say, well, you can't swear during the first 30 seconds of a video. Oh, and allegedly, if you want to see if a video is shadow banned, you go to a computer and you hover your cursor over it. And if it doesn't over, all the thumbnails, and if they don't autoplay, then it's been shadow banned. At some point, people are just going to say, screw Hollywood. I see it like, yeah, there are some fun films that still come out of Hollywood, but you got to take a few things into account. The people in Hollywood seem to be actually evil. It's why people sort of half believe the crazy satanic stories about them, because Epstein, Weinstein, Maria Abramovich, Giselle Maxwell, and the rest are just so sick and twisted. We can't just wrap our heads around people who act like Woody Allen or Jeremy Tubin or Alan Dershowitz. The people who make these shows are sick degenerates. It's just kind of accepted in Hollywood. In the old days, pre-social media, their freak flag was kept undercover because they had agents doing everything for them. But not only that, they lecture us in their shows. These people ignored Weinstein struggle-snuggling white girls for years. But sure, lecture us on BLM. I predict a lot of people will be where I am now. In a few years, you're not going to give a rat's ass about the latest propaganda from Hollywood. So there are actually two stories here, but it's really one story because CBS is teaming up with the Blue Anon people, and if you're not familiar with them, they're basically the left-wing version of Q. It doesn't matter if you're left or right. Ask for evidence. Apply the scientific method. Try IRAC, issue rule analysis conclusion. Don't trust a biased source just because they confirm your bias. They're crazy people across the spectrum. So it seems like everyone wants to have a witch trial, forgetting that, one, there aren't any witches, and two, that does away with due process. It's just whoever has the biggest crowd is going to successfully. It's just kind of be a popularity contest, a way of getting rid of people that you don't want to get, that you want to get rid of without any due process. Which also means that the people who are actually committing harmful acts are being let off the hook because they're not necessarily the ones that are getting lynched. That's the point of due process, because man is rational. At least civilized man is rational and wants to build a civilization that's built on facts and logic and reason and not emotion. Anyway, so there's this Black Lives Matter lecture in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and CBS wants to get more woke, which I totally support. I am all for accelerationism. I'm at the point where I can't watch anything with a purse puppy in it, because I know they will be a soulful saint and a blonde will come along and do something horrible. I'm not sure at what point the normie is, where they are in their journey down this rabbit hole, because I've been kicked off Twitter for saying what should happen to Epstein types. 6 times kicked off Twitter. So I just gave up and I went to Gab, where it trends right of center. I feel like I have left Normieville behind at 88 miles an hour in my DeLorean, and I'm just picking up speed. But it feels like people are tired of being lectured to by people who don't have clean hands. So if CBS and Falcon Winter Soldier want to get woker, knock yourself out. I already cannot watch woke stuff. I have a close to zero tolerance for woke. You get a lecture from the show, then the actor goes on social media and is an anti-white, low IQ, racist idiot. Then the director attacks the customers when he isn't struggle-snuggling kids on Epstein's Island. I look at all these idiots. They're throwing stones from glass houses. Not only are the actors and directors bad people, but their narrative is absolutely insane. They're desperate to craft a narrative of blonde people bad, but how do I say this? On Earth, that is far from a reality. Because they're awesome. I keep trying to explain to people my theory on these globalist companies, that they don't have profit as their only motive. They are narrative companies. They have an almost religious Luciferian zeal in fomenting discord, and their hatred of blonde people is incandescent. The weird thing about their satanic stuff is they actually do play it up. And I was thinking, like, if I'm Lady Gaga, and like the thing with wealthy people is they get tired of things because they've got money and they can have. The problem with having everything you want is you don't want anything. You know, it's like if you can charter a jet and fly to France, it's like, well, it just becomes going camping to you. So if I was Lady Gaga, I would go around some, I don't know, middle class neighborhoods, people with families, and I would just give them personal invitations to a weekend barbecue and be like, yeah, bring the kids. We'll have stuff. We'll have like the best food, the best drink, stuff for the kids to play with. You know, like, I don't know, what do kids play? Like croquet or soccer or whatever. And like these middle class families would be like, Lady Gaga just invited us for a barbecue. Yeah, I just want people to drink with. Just, you know, barbecue with. It's like, you've got that kind of money. You could do that if you wanted. You could just invite a bunch of normies over and just talk to them. Like, yeah, we can film it on social media or we could make it private, whatever. It's just like, I don't know, just get back to have a nice barbecue and meet different people and talk to them and argue with them about politics or watch their kids play soccer pathetically. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, so these people are idiots. CBS wants to get woker. Knock yourself out. Good luck. And this kind of like these little talking points, it's like, it's... At one point I would have said it's nonsense, but then you see the movies they come out with and you realize, like, wow, they're actually doing these things. Their drive and leadership as stewards of change bring a powerful and distinct voice to advancing stories of inclusion and impact. They are clearly magnets for many whose voices need to be heard, and we're excited to work alongside them in this new venture. What is that in English? I don't know. In English it means it's going to be garbage. We want to reach a new audience. Okay, well, this is like the same thing the comic book industry did. You're trying to reach an audience that doesn't exist. Okay, strap yourselves in for this. Our goal has always been to create a pipeline of culturally progressive programming with our diverse network of creatives and storytellers. You're just throwing buzzwords together at the screen for a press release, but they will make these films and things woker and woker and woker again. Knock yourself out. Okay, what I mean by this is if I see this character, I can't even watch it because I know how they're going to be treated. And nothing against the actor, I'm sure he's great. But the people writing, directing, producing, talent, putting these stories together, you're going to treat this guy like an idiot. And they're going to treat everyone else in the movie, he's going to be a soulful saint, and every blonde person, like, I just, you could scroll through a comic book and you look for the dark face and you look for the light hair and you know that those are going to be the good guys and the bad guys, like 99% of the time. Same thing with TV shows and movies. A little bit, they play it down a little bit less because there's such a huge financial investment that you have to recoup for movies and shows. Comics, they can throw away, a few tens of thousands of dollars. It doesn't matter. So he was saying that people tuned out after the BLM messaging when the cops rolled up and there's two people arguing, a fair skin and a dark skin. YouTube is kind of funny about some words. And the cops roll out with their Liberty devices to point them at the non-blonde character. And he says people dipped out after that. So I don't know where the normie is because I'm on Gab with a bunch of other people, and it's a bit of an echo chamber, though there are a lot of normie magatards there. And if I see any more freaking MAGA, please stop with the MAGA stuff. Stop. He's out of office. It's over. Move on. Work on 2022 and 2024. Enough with this MAGA train. If I see Patriot and I just want to. Anyway, so people tune out. I don't know where people are in their. It's like rabbit hole journey sounds like such a cliche. It's not, because it is a one-way. It's just a big mess of red pills, and you can't untake them. I know how stupid that sounds, like the Matrix movie and the red pill and the rabbits. I know what it sounds like, but it's like, and more people are learning that, oh my God, it's true. It's actually, yeah, this red pill, this rabbit hole, it's absolutely true. Anyway. So the cop scenes where it clearly shows they're ready to pull their Liberty devices on a darker character who is arguing with a fairer character. It's clear that this is the message. So did people tune out? I don't know. I wouldn't tune in the first place. I don't know what to tell you. I can't. if I see this scenario, the guy on the left, the guy in the middle with the Liberty devices, and the purse puppy character. Well, already right off the bat, we know who the bad guys and the good guys are. And he goes, it's not really realistic because we have our phones that are windows onto the mainstream shill media, and then the alt media, which tells us what's actually going on. And like, we know who is going after Asian people. You're pushing this narrative from these glass houses, and it's like all it takes is a few people to raise their hand and go, yeah, that's not actually what's happening in the real world. Oh my God, you're Istophobic. No, we just got to move on where that word scares us from telling the truth. And that's when that day happens. Well, that'll be very interesting. What a mess this video was. What a mess, because I got to talk around things. Anyway, go to Odysee and BitChute and Alt Media. Guys, I will see you next episode.